Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Naughty or Nice collection, Wave 2, Series 2, whatever you want to call it, Nasty Krampus. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Fresh Monkey Fiction. And for those of you who are not eagle-eyed viewers of the channel, a couple of years ago, way back in early, I want to say 2023, I did a review of the zombie Santa Claus figure from Wave 1, Series 1, whatever you want to call it, of this line. And today, we're taking a look at a figure from Series 2 that I've been sitting on for quite a while. And for those of you wondering, why are you doing a Christmas figure in the middle of summer? Well, Christmas in July, while it may not be official, is a thing. So I figured, what better time to bust these out than now? Because I do have a couple of them, and, you know, 24th, 25th kind of makes sense, right? So stay tuned. Tomorrow I have another Naughty or Nice action figure review going up for you guys, if you are interested in this line, which I think it should be. If you're a fan of Christmas like myself, these are really solid figures, despite the fact that they are kind of scatological in terms of release. They're not exactly hitting when they probably should be, which is before Christmas. They're hitting closer to, you know, Valentine's Day, we'll say. I know this guy processed, I think, in March for me, so, you know, kind of weird there. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all Krampus has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a singular alternate hand. This one right here, of course, is a grip hand with the inappropriate hinge for holding weapons. Come on, man. But it does its job, because he also comes with a pretty gnarly looking pitchfork. This Krampus don't give an shit about how good or naughty you were. He's going to straight up poke you with this thing. That said, if you're familiar with Mythic Legions, the end does pop off. I don't think it's compatible, but it does stay on there. I will say if you bop it enough, it will fall off, but it's not loose or anything. So that's cool. I don't think the bottom, no, the bottom is fixed. Possibly glued, so I wouldn't mess with that. Also get a present. It's a dark colored present. Wonder what evil could possibly be trapped in there. Now one thing, the zombie Santa's present open, this guy's doesn't. And I'm really trying to open that thing, so that kind of sucks that you can't open these this time around. I thought that was a cool aspect of the first wave, but I guess it's just not in the cards, or the factory screwed up and glued all the presents closed. So that kind of sucks. He also comes with his chains, his shackles, go around his wrists. You have to pop the hands off to get these on. They're not like little clips or anything, but he does have a real metal. Is that real metal? Has to be. It sounds like it. Real metal chain. Kind of wish it was longer so you could put it behind his back, but it is what it is. I left them off so I could show the articulation. This is not the same as the Zombie Santa body, as you could tell. It does come with a little plate. Right there. A little sauce. And for that plate, we do also get a couple of, I can find them here. Get a couple of cookies, little teeny tiny cookies. Right there. Very, very small. You could easily lose these things to a carpet monster. We also get a glass of milk, or eggnog. Or white chocolate cocoa, who knows? Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. And the milk actually comes out, which is kind of wild. Because at first I thought I was missing the cup piece, but apparently it's just this. Plugs into here. Kind of tight. Use the wrist peg to kind of push it in. So there you go. It's kind of tight, but if you shake it, it'll fall out and you can just have an empty glass, I guess. But there you go. His cup. Some kind of beverage in there. And we also get 2 lumps of coal. So a lot of accessories for one of the more basic figures in this line. Although I think my zombie Santa Claus, he came with some cookies and milk. Came with an axe. An alt head and an alt pair of hands to go with the head, because it was a different color than the zombie color. And I will tell you, that figure is not accessible, so I can't do any comparisons for these videos. So you're gonna have to just sit back and relax and, you know, deal with our 2 regulars when we eventually bust them out. But why don't we take a look at old Krampus here? He does also have a figure stand, which I like that these have the 2 pegs on them. I think that's very helpful in getting them to stand, although he stands just fine on his own. He's got big, chunky feet, nice tight joints in the legs. Very nice quality on these. I really like these. I will say the hands are a little hard to pop out, but you can do it. And as you can tell, he is pretty much the same as Zombie Santa from the waist down, other than this being a little longer, I think. I think the Zombie Santa's was shorter. I think his was like here, and this one feels, I don't know, it just feels longer. That's what she said. He obviously has a tail. That's on a ball joint. You can rotate it around. I know it's making all of the noises that'll make my good buddy Evil Villain cringe, but it's fine. It's a nice, thick, solid connection there. If I lift this up, you can actually see under there how it goes in. I think you probably even pop this thing out if you try hard enough, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so he's just got a ball joint in the tail. Almost feels like a hinge, but I don't think it is. And as far as the rest of his articulation goes, his head will look up and down, it'll rotate, tilt, shoulders go out, about that far, back down, rotate, not full 360, kind of hindered by the sculpt, which makes sense. He's a big dude. Actually, yeah, you can rotate him 360. It's just tight. He's got a bicep swivel. That's actually, is that the floaty cap thing again? I actually think it is. That's funny. So it's a floaty cap, and this elbow rotation is actually the peg that gets you your lower arm rotation. So that's funny. Guess that's why they built him that way. He does have a single elbow. It's bulky, guys, so he doesn't get 90, just a little shy of 90. Does have swivel and a hinge in the wrist. He's got these big old gnarly claw hands, which I really like. He's got a ball joint in the waist that you can turn all the way around. I would say a little easier than the figures with the Santa coat, because he doesn't have that big kind of fur piece going up the middle of his torso. And then as far as the hips go, they can kick out about that far. Let's actually peel this up so you can get in there a little better. You can kick out. They do kick back down. They can kick forward, back. He does have a thigh cut that works pretty well. Single knee. That works pretty well. He does also have rotation in the knee. Hinge forward. And he's got a hinge in the foot with a rocker. And of course 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet for the stand. So that's Nasty Krampus in a nutshell. Really cool figure. I think I like it better than the Krampus from Wave 1 that had the Santa suit. I don't know, that one just looked kind of funky to me. I might still pick it up, the cheaper one, because I do have this one, but I'm not sure on all that yet. But I do like this figure quite a bit, especially when he's all geared up. But before we do all that and wrap things up, it's final thoughts. Why don't we stand him up there? Bring in our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith there. And the infamous 11 Spawn. Who, yeah, I think he is a little taller. Yeah, he's definitely taller. So, of course, he towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I believe that the fine folks over at Fresh Monkey Fiction do have a little bit left to learn in improving and perfecting their action figures, I have to say, for the price point, I think you're getting what you're paying for here. Yeah, it may not be as good as the Four Horsemen Studios Figura Obscura Krampus, but what is, right? I mean, Four Horsemen are masters of their craft. Fresh Monkey Fiction, relatively new company, very small company. They got a little bit of ways to go. I mean, I'm not an articulation guy, but in 2024, we should be getting 90-degree bends out of most elbow joints at this point, I would think. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.